This 40 to 80 yards distance is where a lot of golfers lose confidence. Ian thought he was really poor at pitching, but he was only one simple feel away from much better contact. Let's show you what was really causing the problem and how he fixed it. I think from the sounds of it, we just need to give you some confidence somehow with this shot. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think just that alone will put me in a better mental space, because right now my mental space is fear.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I'm going to hit the 58 degree 12K bounce, new Vokey SM11s, and we're going to push fear out the back door.
Oh, there we go. And that's the end of the video, because that's going to spin back, is it? That's good. A little strong, but that's nice, yeah?
Yeah, and I think when I'm playing around, that's always going to be my miss is strong, because I'm trying to avoid double bogeys if all possible in my game, and I know that that bunker brings in challenges. So now I've got a 15-footer, and I should be able to two-putt that.
Yeah, I mean, you've literally pitched that about 45 yards, and it's just obviously going to hop forward, and it's going to be, like you say, well within two-putt range for someone who's as good as you with the putter, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. All right, keep going. Hit me a few more.
Okay. One thing I struggle with too is controlling my trajectory. Sometimes they go a little higher, sometimes they go a little lower.
Interesting. Why do you think, because that was one of those exactly that, the ball has ended up pretty much in the same place, but it definitely went higher, didn't it? That shot, it's definitely launched higher. Why do you think that happens?
I get a little scared here, and my reaction is probably to drag the handle through. And I'm delivering the club to the ball with varying degrees of loft, would be my assumption.
Great thoughts. Notice this one here, so we can actually see the two shots that you hit.
Yep.
Shot one there, which is lower down, almost like groove 2 and groove 3 area sort of. And then there's the shot you just hit there. So when we see a shot here versus a shot there, we're going to see a big difference in height.
Yep.
And this one has got to have a lot less spin on it and higher launch. This one's going to be a lot lower with a little bit more bite to it, yeah? Which is exactly what we saw there. Now, we know if we've got Justin Thomas standing here, when you're watching him do it, it's not fair because it looks very easy. But if you look at his club afterwards and you're like going, they're all in here. They're all in this area here, grooves 2 through 5. All right, let's go again.
Okay. And there it is. That's the one we've been looking for. For me, that really feels like the same move as the other ones. And I think that's probably been part of my challenge, because now if I'm on the course, I'm left there going, that felt like the other shots, but clearly wasn't.
Well, I think one thing for sure, if we actually have a look at these divots here, if we're hitting divots of that size, we need to make sure that the ball is at the front of it. So the ball needs to be here when we are hitting those divots. I'm not against big divots, but you've got to get the ball first.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of doing a fitting earlier today, and Brandon, the fitter here, just noticed immediately that my ball has crept way back in my stance, and I think that's probably
trying to allow for it.
Trying to allow for it,
yeah. 100%,
so.
yeah. Hit me a couple more.
Go in. Oh.
I mean, that's
okay.
Really nice.
Those two moves felt very similar to me.
Yes.
With drastically different results. One almost went in the hole, and one's stuck in a horrible position in the bunker. And
literally, you're making 2 shots from here versus maybe 4 shots from here as a result of those 2 different ones. Is there anything you're thinking about in your technique?
So funny enough, I had a chance to play with Butch Harmon recently, which was a very, very cool experience.
Wow.
Just such a great guy. But on the 17th hole, he had watched me chip that day, and I had chipped fairly well, but clearly he saw something that he suggested. And he said, I always tell my players that the chest is the engine. On shorter shots, like from here up to the green, it should drive, not the hands, because you can get flippy and bad things can happen. So I've been kind of working on that chest rotation and trying to be the leader. I guess my technique question to you guys would be like, I'm very tall.
Yes.
I've got a short club. How do I turn that chest and stay in the correct posture? If that's going to be kind of my feel, is it here? Is it there? Where am I turning?
The thoughts that we have fuel our movement for the most part. Let's show you what we've got here. So the body turns really nicely on the way back. On the way down, there's a little bit of a shift toward the target, which I really like. I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Look at the head height compared to where it was. So we can see that you are now, and you're just about starting to come up, but it's almost maybe a bit too late. As you are hitting this shot, and by the way, this was a good one. So on the one that you duffed, we might suggest that we were maybe a little bit lower, potentially even more. If we imagine that we're swinging on an arc, which we know we are, if I were to go down like that, exaggerating it, my depth is going to be too deep and I'm going to hit the ground. So if ever I'm seeing anybody who's hitting big divots, and they're trying to clip it a little bit more, they're not trying to hit ball and then big divot, then I would suggest that we're losing some height in some way. The best players in the world from here generally will go up. So you'll actually see the real good short game players that actually go head will start to come out of the box at this stage here.
Okay.
You mentioned about turning the chest. I want to see if we can actually turn your head as well.
Okay.
You're talking about what I should actually do and how I should maintain posture. I don't want you to think about maintaining posture.
Okay.
If you're going to feel like you're coming up and out and away from the ground, more than happy for you to do that. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have a swing. Watch my peak of my hat.
Yep.
How it rotates.
Yep.
So it's almost like I'm trying to either watch the ball or trying to get my head ahead of the ball to then follow the flight. What generally happens when people do this is they get the low point later and they get their arc depth higher. Which is two things that will be very beneficial for you because it means that we'll get the ball first, it'll be crispier. So you're going to probably thin the first couple if you do it as much as I want you to.
Okay.
But what will happen is you'll be turning your head, turning your chest, but also trying to brush the ground.
Right.
So that's the key. I want brush of the ground.
And ultimately that would put me in that lower grooves, right? That we're looking for.
That's going to get you in grooves 2 to 5. So we're going to see we had a launch angle before, averaging 31, 32 degrees, I think, launch angle. We know for this club here it's a 58. We'd want to be half of that in an ideal world. So we want to be half of that. We want to be flighting in at least 5 to 6 degrees lower.
Okay.
We can do that. We can do that with this technique. So
what about ball position?
yeah, we can have a little play with that. I know that when you had your fitting earlier, you said the ball was further back and you've moved it a little bit further forward. I like it being forward. I think if we can find a way of clipping it through the turf and you moving and turning through it, forward is good. Forward is good. So you're going to turn your head. I'm going to help you. You're really going to, you're not going to see the shot being hit. That's the feeling you've got to have. The reality is you probably will. So turn the head and brush the turf. If we look at this here from down the line, you mentioned about how, you know, what should your, again, there's the head dropping, so you can see it dropping straight away. And your body is very much like, it's almost like there's a massive amount of this side bend as you're going through it. So you're really sort of hitting a power shot here almost.
Right, yeah.
We're okay for that right shoulder to come up a lot higher and standing up a lot more.
Yeah, I'm almost kind of pinching myself in that position there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, one of your thoughts was that you maybe should be staying in posture.
Yeah.
As I say, ignore that. You just get me brush and turn the head. Oh, that's what we want to see and hear.
Give a sound as well.
There we go. Oh, that noise, get in.
Oh, wow, look at the spin on
look at the
that.
spin on that as well.
Jeez, okay.
Okay,
Well,
29 degrees.
Yeah, so we've already dropped 2 degrees.
Yeah, straight away
Okay.
we're under 30. That's amazing. Go and have a look at that full swing. Look at the spin number in the top left.
Oh yeah, we love that.
8,100 on a 39-yard pitch. That's serious spin, that is.
Yeah, these SM11s are no joke.
If I just said to you, just do this for the next 10 years and that's all, and I'll see you in 10 years' time, I think you'd come back and you'd be saying, I'm a really, really good wedge player.
Well, as soon as I get on tour, I'll hire you guys as my coaches.
That's it. Deal done already. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Look at the spin you're getting on this
That's
sucker
an
now.
incredible amount of spin. Yeah, I can feel it on the lower part of those grooves too, which I'm not used to.
Oh, I mean, have a look at this. Here we go. Beautiful. Brush the ground and turn your head.
I mean, we're not mad about that.
30 degrees on the launch angle.
It's
Love
a
that.
very interesting feeling now that I'm doing this kind of move and looking. I'm realizing how much I used to go
Yes, correct.
down
Correct.
there. You know,
Yeah, good. Give me the old motion.
kind of
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
Now
you
show
know?
me the good one. For me, it flows. Oh, what a noise.
Ooh,
A little under hit, but it was beautiful
yeah,
from a
that was
contact
that.
point of view.
And the flight was so low and drivey, which I really liked.
29-degree launch,
Yeah.
7,600 spin. All right, let's look at this. So, swing on the right, red box is the old one. We know what happens. The head goes down as you're hitting it, okay? We see the swing on the left. This is about you with the blue box this is. This is you. We're asking you to rotate your head on the way down and brush the grass. We can see there's definitely more rotation of the hat. Look at the height.
Yep.
We're only talking an inch, but an inch is all the difference we need when it comes to hitting these shots here. We can see that the body is definitely going to rotate a lot better on the way through as a result of this. You're clipping it through the turf. That's is how we play wedge shots. Check out these guys at Broken Tee Society. We were at an event earlier this year. It was phenomenal. So if you've got any questions on your wedge game or any part of your game, don't forget, let us know down below in the comments, and check out meandmygolf.com if you want myself and Andy as your coaches.
These
Thanks
guys
so
are
much.
the best.
Oh, he's the best.
Don't sleep on these guys. They're awesome.